In the fall of 2022, I covered the National Conference on Conservatism in Miami, a party of Republican activists, writers, activists, and elected officials. The conference made two things clear. The first was the degree to which post-liberalism moved from fringes of conservative movement into mainstream. Second, the most ardent of post-liberal conservative activists, who believe the deep state is sabotaging Donald Trump and are openly jealous of Hungary's strongman, Viktor Orban, were convinced that Ron DeSantis was their candidate. Florida's governor spoke to an enthusiastic audience at the convention. Even though a landslide re-election victory was still ahead of him, you could see the wheels of elite influence turning. The energies that Trump had unleashed were now gathering strength behind a new movement. And at that moment they all seemed to be lining up behind DeSantis. We now know, and have known for a long time, that the flesh and blood DeSantis cannot live up to the expectations placed on him. It too small, both figuratively literally, made inept tactical decisions. He was failing in his attempts to do things like smile, laugh, and joke with ordinary people, probably doomed from start due to the durability of Trump personality cult. But no matter how pathetic, ridiculous and petty spousal handshakes, custom-made lifting boots, awkward laughter, spoonless puddings, DeSantis' campaign was not insignificant. This represented something that would be of lasting significance: endorsement of Trumpism by the conservative movement and Republican Party. Who is allowed to join the coalition is a vital question for any political structure, especially one with dangerous extremists. This question has remained unclear on the American right since Trump came onto the scene. DeSantis' campaign eventually put an end to that. It's hard to overstate the panic and existential dread that Trump's rise has caused among GOP elites. It wasn't just Trump's personality or ideological unreliability that terrorized Republican politicians and thought leaders. National Review's famous Against Trump issue, in which selection exemplars conservatism dismissed Trump as a and deemed him outside the movement, was an epitome what was then wall dissent. The conservative movement's initial rejection of Trump triggered a catastrophic series of events at home. The movement was based on assumption that existing organizations spoke on behalf of the grassroots. But Trump had mobilized a vast new army of followers that was clearly at odds with priorities his self-appointed leaders. Nearly every major established conservative outlet soon found its fundraising, audience, donor subsidies and political influence at risk. The old institutions of the right have either disappeared or fallen into line. New institutions quickly emerged to replace them. Some of these have flirted with, waded headlong into racism and anti-Semitism, or explored other previously banned ideas such as civil W.